A great question here from Cy Henry Calhoun about Facebook ads. All right, I'm gonna assume this is Facebook because that's most of what we talked about. First of all, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe here on the Ecom Season YouTube channel. We post all things e-commerce focused on the value in the video, not necessarily the quality. So, great question here. Campaign results dying off after a week or two. There's a few reasons this could happen. Ultimately, I'm gonna have to take a look inside your ad account to get a better sense of what's going on. First thing that can happen, if on Facebook you have something that's working well for a certain period of time, usually in my head it would be about a week. That's usually my example that I use because that's what I see most often. Let's say ad set A. It's an ad set you're running, it's targeting an interest, lookalike, doesn't matter what it is. If you're running an ad set at $5 a day or $10 a day, $15 a day, and it works for a week and then it stops working, right? Boom, super solid, you're making a little bit of money, but then nothing for 5 days. And you don't know if you want to turn it off yet or not because it was performing so well. Maybe it was one of your best performers. And you're like, oh, I'll give it another day. I'll give it another day. And so eventually this ad set that was working great actually no longer becomes an asset, it becomes a liability. Because now it's spending money every day and not bringing you any sort of return. So there is an action you're gonna have to take. By the way, I do recommend you always look at your ads within a 2 to 3 day time frame as well as anything else you wanna look on so that you can see the actual results frequently and recently instead of just looking at a lifetime average. Because if something's been working for 3 weeks and then it stops working for 6 days, you need to turn it off or something needs to change, but you won't notice because the average in terms of your return on your ad spend, your ROAS, probably won't have averaged out to a bad number yet, right? Because it's still fairly new where it's not working too well. So what this usually means, the first thing, is you have too low of a budget. So if you actually don't have a very high daily spending limit, Facebook doesn't have a lot of room to optimize, and oftentimes they'll let it work for a little while and then it won't work. It'll die off. Simple solution, duplicate it. Run the same thing again, don't change anything, just duplicate it and then kill that original. You could try duplicating it a second time and then raise the budget on that, see which one performs better. A couple other things I'll just rapid fire because again, you can never be certain, but things to test. Launch a new creative, okay? Try testing another similar audience. It's another great way to do it. Change where you're actually targeting. If you're only targeting Instagram, switch it to automatic placements, which you should be doing anyways, so that Facebook can really optimize for you and help chase your customers around. So it can happen for a whole number of reasons. One of the main ones as well, if you're getting started and having this problem, is your pixel probably just doesn't have enough data. It's usually a back and forth game that you're gonna play, getting to 100 to 200 sales, where stuff will work, then it won't. It'll die off, you have to kill it. It'll die off, you launch new stuff. It's just a game as you get up to the point where you have 50 sales, 100 sales, 200 sales, and then Facebook kind of understands your customer and who it should be targeting. From there, especially when you move into lookalike audiences, this problem will slowly go away, but at the end of the day, stuff will always die off. Happens to me all day long. I mean, I turn off CBOs that are spending $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day. Usually I modify them first, especially with high budget CBOs that have a lot going on, but I mean, the entire idea is still the same. So, you know, just watch it closely. It's why I always recommend looking at your ads on a 2 to 3 day schedule as well as any other time frame you want to look at. Just keep your eye on it, make sure that nothing's really killing your margin and nothing that was working really well is no longer doing that. Again, simple fix, kind of all the stuff we talked about. So if you have any questions just on this quick point, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. I love talking about Facebook ads. I'm kind of a geek when it comes to that, but hey, it's something fun that I do and it makes a lot of money and I enjoy it. So we're gonna talk about it, all right? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash a like. I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribe. Feel free to reference some of the resources linked in the description, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.